Reading through the Bible in a year, June 22nd. Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 1 through 28, verse 19. You'll see why when we get there. Psalms 119, verse 1 through 24. You will really see why when we get there. Isaiah 54 and Matthew chapter 2. Now, Moses and the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, "Keep the whole commandment that I command you today. And on the day you cross over the Jordan to the land that Yahweh your God is giving you, you shall set up large stones and plaster them with plaster. And you shall write on them all the words of this law when you cross over to enter the land that Yahweh your God is giving you, a land flowing with milk and honey, as Yahweh, the God of your fathers, has promised you. And when you have crossed over the Jordan, you shall set up these stones, concerning which I command you today. On Mount Ebal you shall plaster them with plaster. And there you shall build an altar to Yahweh your God, an altar of stones, and you shall wield no iron tool on them. You shall build an altar to Yahweh your God of uncut stones, and you shall offer burnt offerings on it to Yahweh your God. And you shall sacrifice peace offerings, and shall eat there, and you shall rejoice before Yahweh your God. And you shall write on the stones all the words of this law very plainly. Then Moses and the Levitical priests said to all Israel, "Keep silence and hear, O Israel. This day you have become the people of Yahweh your God. You shall therefore obey the voice of Yahweh your God, keeping his commandments and his statutes, which I command you today." That day Moses charged the people, saying, "When you have crossed over the Jordan, these shall stand on Mount Gerizim to bless the people: Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Joseph, and Benjamin. And these shall stand on Mount Ebal for the curse: Reuben, Gad, Asher, Zebulun, Dan, and Naphtali. And the Levites shall declare to all the men of Israel in a loud voice, Cursed be the man who makes a carved or cast metal image, an abomination to Yahweh, a thing made by the hands of a craftsman, and sets it up in secret." And all the people shall answer and say, Amen. "Cursed be anyone who dishonors his father or his mother." And all the people shall say, Amen. "Cursed be anyone who moves his neighbor's landmark." And all the people shall say, Amen. "Cursed be anyone who misleads a blind man on the road." And all the people shall say, Amen. "Cursed be anyone who misleads," I already said that one. "Cursed be anyone who perverts the justice due to the sojourner, the fatherless, and the widow." And all the people shall say, Amen. "Cursed be anyone who lies with his father's wife, because he has uncovered his father's nakedness." And all the people shall say, Amen. "Cursed be anyone who lies with any kind of animal." And all the people shall say, Amen. "Cursed be anyone who lies with a sister, whether the daughter of his father or the daughter of his mother." And all the people shall say, Amen. "Cursed be anyone who lies with his mother-in-law." And all the people shall say, Amen. "Cursed be anyone who strikes down his neighbor in secret." And all the people shall say, Amen. "Cursed be anyone who takes a bribe to shed innocent blood." And all the people shall say, Amen. "Cursed be anyone who does not confirm the words of this law by doing them." And all the people shall say, Amen. Remember, these are the things that the people in the land were doing, that for these reasons God is wiping them out. Now, the blessings for obedience. This first section here, now this next chapter is 68 verses long. We're only going to go through the first portion of it today, up to verse 19. We're going to go over the blessings. The rest of the text will be the curses for disobedience. Let's hear the promises first. "And if you do faithfully obey the voice of Yahweh your God, being careful to do all his commandments that I command you today, Yahweh your God will set you high above all the nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you, if you obey the voice of Yahweh your God. Blessed shall you be in the city, and blessed shall you be in the field." Listen carefully to this order that we're going to see, because we're going to see it mirrored in the curses that are coming. Back to verse 3. Blessed shall Blessed shall you be in the city, and blessed shall you be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of your womb, and the fruit of your ground, and the fruit of your cattle, the increase of your herds, and the young of your flock. Blessed shall be your basket and your kneading bowl. Blessed shall you be when you come in, and blessed shall you be when you go out. Yahweh will cause your enemies who rise against you to be defeated before you. They shall come out against you one way and flee before you 7 ways. Yahweh will command the Yahweh will command the blessing on you in your barns and in all that you undertake. And he will bless you in the land that Yahweh your God is giving you. Yahweh will establish you as a people holy to himself, as he has sworn to you, if you keep the commandments of Yahweh your God and walk in all his ways. And all the peoples of the earth shall see that you are called by the name of Yahweh, and they shall be afraid of you. And Yahweh will make you abound in prosperity, in the fruit of your womb, and in the fruit of your livestock, and in the fruit of your ground, within the land that Yahweh swore to your fathers to give you. Yahweh will open to you his good treasury, the heavens, to give you the rain in your lands in its seasons, and to bless all the work of your hands. And you shall lend to many nations, but you shall not borrow. And Yahweh will make you the head and not the tail, and you shall only go up and not go down, if you obey the commandments of Yahweh your God, which I command you today, being careful to do them. And if you do not turn aside from any of the words that I command you today, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. Now, we're supposed to go on to read the next 4 verses, really 5. I'm not going to do that. We will go through and read them tomorrow. In fact, give me 2 seconds here to change my notes over here for tomorrow. There we go. And tomorrow we'll start at verse 15. Let's go ahead and move on to Psalm 119, verses 1 through 24. Why am I skipping those? Because it's helpful. It's better to get everything in one lump sum and then to kind of move forward. You'll see as we go through it tomorrow. All right. So this is a very long chapter. So we're going to see each of the letters of the Hebrew alphabet. We'll see them listed here up at the top. And for instance, verse 1 begins Aleph, verse 9 begins Beth. I will read them as we go through it. Normally I don't, but I'm going to read these here this time. They are broken into 8-verse stanzas, and we will read through all of the text over the coming days. We're going to read through between 3 and 4 stanzas a day, but it's fine. Go ahead and begin. Aleph. Blessed are those whose way is blameless, who walk in the law of Yahweh. Blessed are those who keep his testimonies, who seek him with their whole heart, who also do no wrong, but walk in his ways. You have commanded your precepts to be kept diligently. Oh, that my ways may be steadfast in keeping your statutes. Then I shall not be put to shame, having my eyes fixed on all your commandments. I will praise you with an upright heart when I learn your righteous rules. I will keep your statutes. Do not utterly forsake me. Beth. How can a young man keep his way pure? By guarding it according to your word. With my whole heart I seek you. Let me not wander from your commandments. I have stored up your word in my heart, that I might not sin against you. Blessed are you, O Yahweh. Teach me your statutes. With my lips I declare all the rules of your mouth. In the way of your testimonies I delight, as much as in all riches. I will meditate on your precepts. I will fix my eyes on your ways. I will delight in your statutes. I will not forget your word. Gimel. Deal bountifully with your servant, that I may live and keep your word. Open my eyes, that I may behold wondrous things out of your law. I am a sojourner on the earth. Hide not your commandments from me. My soul is consumed with longing for your rules at all times. You rebuke the insolent, accursed ones who wander from your commandments. Take away from me scorn and contempt, for I have kept your testimonies. Even though princes sit plotting against me, your servant will meditate on your statutes. Your testimonies are my delight. They are my counselors. Now, Isaiah 54. Sing, O barren one, who did not bear. Bring forth into singing and cry aloud, you who have not been in labor. For the children of the desolate one will be more than the children of her who is married, says Yahweh. Enlarge the place of your tent, and let the curtains of your habitations be stretched out. Do not hold back. Lengthen your cords, and strengthen your stakes. For you will spread abroad to the right and to the left, and your offspring will possess the nations, and the people, and will people the desolate cities. Fear not, for you will not be ashamed. Be not confounded, for you will not be disgraced. For you will forget the shame of your youth, and the reproach of your widowhood you will remember no more. For your Maker is your husband, Yahweh of hosts is his name. And the Holy One of Israel is your Redeemer. The God of the whole earth he is called. For Yahweh has called you, like a wife deserted and grieved in spirit, like a wife of youth when she is cast off, says your God. For a brief moment I deserted you, but with great compassion I will gather you. In overflowing anger, for a moment I hid my face from you, but with everlasting love I will have compassion on you, says Yahweh, your Redeemer. This is like the days of Noah to me, as I swore that the waters of Noah should no more go over the earth. So I have sworn that I will not be angry with you, and will not rebuke you. For the mountains may depart, and the hills may be removed, but my steadfast love shall not depart from you. And my covenant of peace shall not be removed, says Yahweh, who has compassion on you. O afflicted one, storm-tossed and not comforted, behold, I will set your stones in antimony, and lay your foundations with sapphires. I will make your pinnacles of agate, and your gates of carbuncles, and all your wall of precious stones. All your children shall be taught by Yahweh, and great shall be the peace of your children. In righteousness you shall be established. You shall be far from oppression, for you shall not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near you. If anyone stirs up strife, it is not from me. Whoever stirs up strife with you shall fall because of you. Behold, I have created the smith who blows the fire of coals and produces a weapon for its purpose. I have also created the ravager to destroy. No weapon that is fashioned against you shall succeed, and you shall refute every tongue that rises against you in judgment. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their vindication from me, declares Yahweh. Now Matthew chapter 2. Now, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men came from the east to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw his star when it rose, and we have come to worship him. When Herod the king heard this, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And assembling all the chief priests and the scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. And they told him, In Bethlehem of Judea. For so it is written by the prophet, And you, O Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah. For from you shall come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel. Then Herod summoned the wise men secretly, and ascertained from them what time the star had appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem, saying, Go and search diligently for the child. When you have found him, bring me word, that I too may come and worship him. After listening to the king, they went on their way, and behold, the star that they had seen when it rose went before them until it came to rest over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they rejoiced exceedingly with great joy. And going into the house, they saw the child with Mary his mother, and they fell down and worshipped him. Then, opening their treasures, they offered him gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And being warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they departed to their own country by another way. Now, when they had departed, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream and said, "Rise, take the child and his mother and flee to Egypt, and remain there until I tell you, for Herod is about to search for the child to destroy him." And he rose and took the child and his mother by night and departed to Egypt, and remained there until the death of Herod. This was to fulfill what the Lord had spoken by the prophet, "Out of Egypt I called my son." Then Herod, when he saw that he had been tricked by the wise men, became furious, and he sent and killed all the male children in Bethlehem and in all that region who were 2 years old or under. There we go. According to the time that he had ascertained from the wise men. Then was fulfilled what was spoken by the prophet Jeremiah. A voice was heard in Ramah, weeping and loud lamentation, Rachel weeping for her children. She refused to be comforted, because they are no more. But when Herod died, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt, saying, "Rise, take the child and his mother, and go to the land of Israel, for those who sought the child's life are dead." And he rose and took the child and his mother, and went to the land of Israel. But when he heard that Archelaus was reigning over Judea in place of his father, Herod, he was afraid to go there, and being warned in a dream, he withdrew to their district of Galilee. And he went and lived in a city called Nazareth, so that what was spoken by the prophets might be fulfilled, that he would be called a Nazarene. That's it for today. That's all the reading and all of the notes. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. Behold, the word of the Lord.